Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. Today's episode number 77. We play PSG for the first time in Ligue 1. Pencil it down. These are one of those games that you just put in the book and say this was the biggest hallmark of the save. What I mean by that is this is usually the biggest challenge of Glory Hunter. Toppling PSG takes usually the longest and of course takes a lot of stress and a lot of time because they're fantastic. And as you can see from the ladder, we currently sit second on 6 games played with 15 points, which means we have already lost the game where PSG have come flying out the box and have won 6 from 6. If you are enjoying the content, do give it a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. A lot of you guys watching aren't subscribed, and please, ladies and gentlemen, leave a comment down below. Main reason is to feed the algorithm gods, to pump the content out to most people so they can binge watch the other 76 episodes of Glory Hunter. With that being said, let's go into how this season has gone, because things have been going fairly well. We obviously have a bit more of a deep dive and look at PSG because they're the main team we're going to be battling to do the French side of Glory Hunter. Since we last met, which was Strasbourg, we did of course go on quite a run of games here. We pumped Troyes 5-0. We got through the Conference League fairly easily. Only issue, Stade Reims was the loss, unfortunately. We did go quite full strength here as well, as you can see on the screen. Big note that no Soler or no Roman Galbert in this starting 11. And yeah, look, one of those games where if you look at it, yeah, we had more of the ball, yeah, we had more XG, but we gave them a lot of chances. I think it's the type of game that you lose a lot in France, is when it's like this. We did concede in the 95th minute to lose, so maybe a little bit harsh done by there. Since that game, though, we obviously played a red lens. We won 3-0, 4-2 against Guniac in a very thrilling game, and 2-0 against Lorient only 4 days ago. There is some people that I want to sing the praises of, though. Firstly, Goretzka has been outstanding since coming in. He's now started the last 3 games, averaging the 7.22. Seems to be absolutely massive in everything that we do. I am very happy we picked him up for 6 mil. He's been superb. Other people that need to be spoken about is Markovic has made some big saves in some games as well, so do keep an eye out for him because he's going to be very important today. But I need to speak about the boys up front. Firstly, Ryan Soler is our leading goal scorer this year. Yes, he's had a pretty torrid time in the league with only 1 goal, 1 assist at a 6.83, with a couple of 6.0s in there. But if we have to have a look at where he scored his goals, in 10 appearances in total, he has 12 goals, and that's because this guy is an absolute bully of the Conference League and is playing out of his skin. He scored 4 here in this game. If you go to the other Conference League games, he scores a couple and a couple more, a hat-trick there. You kind of get the gist of what's going on with Soler. I've been giving him some game time up front. Hasn't really worked, but already because of the form up to 3.5 star, it is one of our best strikers. He's also played a few more times now for France because I've called him up. He's been fantastic. The other guy that I need to speak about, though, is very harshly not in this starting 11 because I've gone more experienced, and that is Roman Galbert. He has been absolutely out of this world. 5 goals in 6 appearances of only 1 start and 5 off the bench. That is correct. That is sensational. If you look at his recent form, started against Guniac up top, scored 2 goals. Came off the bench against RC Lens, 2 goals. Went on a little bit of a spell without it, played well in the cup, scored against Troyes, only coming on as a substitute, and he's been very, very good, mainly at left wing, sometimes up front. It's because Soler and him have been so good together that I'm very tempted to play both of them. But yeah, if you have a look at him, he is fantastic. He's carving it up, and he could be starting long term. Outside of that as well, Bowie has been okay, but not really developing just of yet. Touré's had a pretty good start to his time here with 4 games, 2-2. We've been rotating enough, which has been fantastic. And look, at the end of the day, the squad's in a very good spot, and a lot of the guys who brought him in fantastic and deserve to be playing. Now, I could put Pulisic to the other side and start Roman Galbert, but I'm going to use this as the opportunity to do what we originally planned to do for this season. Start with a more experienced front 3, and then when the game's on the line late doors, bring on the pace, and off we go. And I think I really like it. Also, Goretzka is starting in a centre mid on attack. He will be moved to box for minute 1. We are, of course, away from home against PSG. I don't want to be too crazy and have the midfield go ballistic. Now, let's have a look at PSG because they've been fantastic. They have only conceded against Marseille and against AC. Ajaccio scored goals in all of those appearances, and their only time they have lost a competitive game, dropped points, was against Bayern in the league phase, so that's pretty okay. If you have a look at their squad, Moukoko, outrageous. Mbappe's around here somewhere, there he is, outrageous. Declan Rice, we've used him in the save, we sold him here, outrageous, and they signed Tomori this year on big money who we used in the save as well. That puts us in a very precarious position because they're absolutely fantastic. If you have a look, their odds on evens to win the league, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in the media dream 11. Yes, Nuno Mendes is still world class, and yeah, they are very, very good. Now, without further ado, let's get into this game here. We are going to start with Markovic, Vanderson, Nielsen. Anel's been a bit injured, but he's come back in. Pellegrini, Stilia, Batuna, and Goretzka. We'll have to say Martin Batuna as well. We need to speak about him. He's a different level of gravy. 2 goals, 2 assists, 5 appearances, 1 off the bench, and he's also done very well in every game that he's played. He looks good. He's a bit of class. He sometimes is the assistant to the assist. He's just fantastic, ticks it over. Skov Olsen out there on the right is probably one guy that is teetering between not starting every game and moving Pulisic to the right, but I'm going with Pulisic as the inside forward. Jonathan David could play inside forward as well and go Pulisic, Jonathan David, and then go up front with a Roman Gobert or a Ryan Soler. All I will say to that is Jonathan David, when he does play on the left-hand side, he is a pretty good. When he plays up front, a little bit hit and miss, but we'll see how he goes today. That is your team. Let's see if we're anywhere near PSG. And, well, look, I don't expect to win this game, and I don't expect to win the title this year, but I expect to give them a game, and that's all that matters. I don't expect to get blown out of the water. Now, PSG themselves are lining up in a 4-4-2, which is great. When I was playing my Paris 13 Atletico save, they had Jose Mourinho in charge for 10 years. They played 5 at the back, and you couldn't break him down. Donnarumma in net, we know all about him. He's world-class. Hakimi, world-class. Romero, world class at 31. Tomori as well at 31, world class. Nuno Mendes at 27, world class. They got Pedersen out there on the right, who looks very good, could even be a right back. Vitina's Vitina, Declan Rice is Declan Rice at 30, and Mbappe out there on the left hand side is still carving it up. Yes, in the World Cup qualifying, I've won 6 from 6. Mbappe's been integral. Amini Gouiri, who I just dropped for my French side, playing up front. There we are, and Moukoko is the other one as well. If you have a look at the bench, you got Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Danny, who we nearly signed at West Ham, he chose to come here on a free, he's worth 91 mil. Darmian, don't really see him too much here at PSG. There's their backup keeper. They've got Pepe, the Brazilian, who's okay. Otavio, who's definitely okay but getting a little bit older. Samuel Lino should be capped by Brazil by now. And Joaquim is a young Spaniard who will eventually get capped by Spain. I think that's a very good side. And if anything, we're in a little bit of trouble. It's going to be all about what we do. I think they're a little bit more scary if they went Moukoko and Mbappe up top and use maybe the young winger from Spain as someone that starts and develops. But, I'm not in charge of PSG. I'm in charge of Monaco, so it's up to them what they do. Happily would snap your hand off for a draw, but we have an early corner here, 19 minutes in. Ball in front stick, and our heads, we're leading against PSG. We are leading against PSG, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is massive. We are 1-0 up against PSG. Batuna with a great ball in, and Anel puts it in at the front stick. Unbelievable. We lead 1-0. And to be fair, we've had 4 chances there and 1. They will come out the box at some point. But there we go. Tomori now, Nuno Mendes. We look to squeeze, we don't win. Mbappe drives, great drive. Vitina, great ball out there. The Pedersen. Ball's been blocked, and not just blocked, it's fallen to Pulisic now on the break after Pellegrini played it out superbly. We've got numbers out the other side. Pulisic going down the line himself. Cuts it. He actually went for goal. Was selfish. He went for goal. He hit the post. He never was scoring from there. And now come PSG on the re-break. It should have went across the 6-yard box. A mistake from Pulisic. But, that's what we can do. We can hit teams on the break. And imagine what it will be when that's Robin Galbert with his speed. Imagine what that is when it is Boya or Soler. We are extremely quick and good at what we do. Romero finds Bettina. He finds Amini Gouiri. He finds Pedersen right on half-time. It would be a horrid time to concede. We try to win the ball on Hakimi, we don't. Romero drives into the midfield to create an overload, and here comes Hakimi driving. Hakimi now beats with speed as he always does. And Hakimi, he's good. His effort, well done, Markovic. It was put at the front stick. Amini Guri was lurking, and Markovic parries out for a corner. Superb. Vitina, backstick ball. Markovic again. He's a fantastic keeper. He's been unbelievable. And we lead 1-0 against PSG. It is absolutely massive. I'm going to leave it as it is. I don't think there's any reason to change. And we're going to start the second half. Does help that PSG only played 3 days ago. We got an extra day's rest because we played on the Friday. Vitina, Declan Rice, it's a good ball, need a win, we don't. Amini Guri's in, and well, that really should have been 1-1. Markovic, thankful it was hit straight at him. Highlight not over. We could go long. I prefer us to go short here, please. He goes long. We're not big in the air, which is unfortunate. And there we go with PSG winning it back nice and easily. Nuno Mendes, Mbappe, haven't seen too much. Vanderson on his touch wins it back. But Tuna, Vanderson, needs some help here. Knows how to whip a ball. Ball into Pulisic. Donnarumma, what a save. Pulisic got to the front stick first. And if it wasn't for Donnarumma, it was 2-0. Really could have been. Hakimi now drives. Vitina. Pellegrini wins. Doesn't get it away though. Vitina hits one. That's well wide and not troubling the keeper. 50 minutes played. We've done okay. We've nullified him. Moukoko and Guri on a 6.3. Vitina's dead. Hakimi's dead. Pulisic and Skololfin haven't had the best of the game. I am going to go and actually move Jonathan David there. We're going to get Ryan Soler in. We're going to get Boyer in. I don't think the time for Roman Goodworth is just yet. It will be, but not just yet. I'm going to do that. There will be a moment for it. I think Jonathan David's still got enough speed in his legs and still fit enough to get him out there. Roman go about 70th minute, tired legs. We'll get at him. Tamori heads away, but only as far as Boyer, the wonder kid. Good chip balling if Batuna doesn't find him. Cleared, but only as far as, well, to be fair, I thought Jonathan David had it. And here goes Hakimi. Jonathan David tracks that run superbly. Pellegrini now. Jonathan David. Much prefer him out on the left, to be fair. It may just get to a case where we just start Ryan Soler every game up front. Or Gerbert. Tamori, Nuno Mendes, Tamori, Mbappe, Moukoko, Grey Ball to Amini Guri. We need you, Markovic. We didn't in the end because he's hit the bar. Should have been 1-1. Very lucky. Free kick from Moukoko. 5 in the wall. Jeez, Markovic was worried. It was going wide. Keeper got across. It's only the 62nd minute. And for all the creativeness of this game and all the ability that people have had in chances, it's one headed goal that is the difference as Amini Guri heads over. Superb from us. They are looking very, very, very tired. This is where I think fresh legs is going to overrun them. If I left Goretzka and sent him in on attack, by the way, I don't remember changing that. Boyer, Soler, gets a shot away, falls to Jonathan David, penalty given, wow. That's never a pen, but hey, I will receive if given. Don't quote me on that. Yes, that sounded a lot worse than what I meant it to say. I will take the penalty if it's lucky. There's no way it should be a pen. Wow, it's been given. Hakimi's been done dirty. Jonathan David with a chance for 2-0. Jonathan David with a chance for 2-0. Steps up. Inside of the post and in. Donnarumma stayed middle. Jonathan David scores. We lead 2-0 against PSG, and they are out on their legs, ladies and gentlemen. They are out on their legs, and we lead 2-0. This is superb. Jonathan David, ball in there. Thank you. I am going to make a slight change here. Mbappe's moved up top. This is where the games need to be won or lost. All right. Vanderson's been fantastic. I'm going to leave him as a complete wing back and support. Pellegrini, though, wing back and defend, you're sitting now. You just sit. You don't commit too far forward. Goretzka, for whatever reason, been mounting centre mid on attack. So be it. I'm actually going to use... Look, Zahari usually plays, but Quinton Timber's going to come in like for like, which is fine. Goretzka's going to move in now into the box-to-box role and go a little bit more shuddering. And Jonathan David, I know you've been fantastic. You just got your goal. But Roman Galbert, you're ready and waiting. So off you go now too. And Els on a booking. Still got pace though. I'm tempted to take it off just because of the booking, because we're 2-0 up and I don't want the red card. I'm going to leave it for now. Time ticks away. Goretzka's dead. Anahelm's dead. 80 minutes played. Going to make our last shape. And Neil's going to come from Mangala Sarr, just because of the pace. Just pace, see it out. And Vanderson's going to come out from Pascal, or apparently we can't. Okay, that's the change then. Because I was going to bring Pascal on as a defensive fullback. Here we go, boys. We're about to beat PSG. First time asking, PSG are going to be beat. Corner, Batruna, cleared away. And as far as Vanderson, Batruna is onside. Poor ball. Not Nicholas Pepe. I just saw Pepe and thought Nicholas Pepe. Pepe picks it up. Mbappe now on the run. Mokoku with a chance for 2-1. Nervy times now. Bit too easy. We've actually got really good shape here. Just it's whatever reason, Mangala Sarr, instead of tracking Mokoku's run, stops and turns, and that allows Mokoku to get in. The whole reason we brought him on was to deal with the speed. And he's stopped running. Time ticks away. I'm too scared to make a change here because we've dominated. And even though PSG get a late one, we win 2-1. Come on, boys. And to be fair, look at the stats there. 14 shots placed 15, 8 shots on target to 6. Very even game. XG, we created that slight little bit of better chances. There was a massive save by Donnarumma in that against Pulisic, which could have really opened the game up. That penalty is very lucky. You take slices of luck throughout the year, and you do not beat PSG in France without having some sort of luck about you. And well, we were lucky the penalty was given because it was never a pen. We've been dealt, obviously, bad penalties ourselves throughout the save. So you just take it. It's the variance. You love it. There you are. Obviously, giving up the clean sheet, very, very annoying late doors because we definitely deserved to hold on. But we did very well. I'm very happy with the result. And well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, have a look at that league title or that league table. Maybe we're just good enough to do one and done. Maybe it's one and done. Maybe we actually win the league. We don't win the cup this year because we walk into PSG and they beat us. Who knows? But in assignment number 1 against PSG, away from home in the Parc des Princes, guess what? It's PSG 1, Monaco 2. In terms of the next episode, we are going to obviously do another league game at some stage here as well. The Conference League doesn't really matter too much to us, of course. It might be a little, just to recap some results, or Lyon and Rennes double header might be what we will do. We'll find out as well. We don't play PSG till February, and I want to do episodes before then, of course, as well. But look, we're top of the tree on goal difference, and we just beat PSG. It's time to believe, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comment section where you think I'll finish. If you enjoyed us slapping up PSG there 2-1, give it a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and thank you for enjoying another episode of Glory Hunter. I'll see you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.